call for today that we can listen to, or? No, yes, no. Hey, Jose, how are you? Maybe Jose has a call. He always has a call.
Hey, how are you? Good to be
Good,
here.
how are you?
All good, all good.
Did you have a call you
Actually,
want us to listen to?
yeah, let me check. I think I have something. The thing is that my calls are very long, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Let me check if I found
Let me
one.
see in the meantime if I find one.
Okay, let me check.
Jose, what's up, man? How you been? Joey, good to see you.
Oh.
Chung, what's up, bud? Anybody got any questions while Dana's pulling up calls? Anybody got wins? What's up, Joey?
Are you guys still running that 30-day no excuse challenge? I remember you guys were doing that a while back. It's been some time since I've been on your Zoom. I actually tried to get on your Zoom last week, but for some reason, I don't know. Was there a situation where you guys didn't have the Zoom?
Yeah, Pace had a Zoom going.
Okay,
So yeah,
got it.
we'll be
Trying to
back.
get on.
Wednesday. We'll be on there this Wednesday.
Got it. Yeah, I tried to log on last Wednesday, and I know I couldn't get on, so I didn't know what the situation was. But I was curious to know if you guys were still doing that 30-day
Yeah.
no excuse challenge. You know, it's something that I think I like to go ahead and try and tackle. You know, I think I said this once before going back, but it's been wow, it's been some months that I've been on this on this Zoom with you guys, but I'm happy to be here. You know, I've been supporting for about a week now, and I just want to continue and see where it goes. You know, and
Absolutely.
just anyway. But yeah, I mean, if we could just get the maybe I'll just get the link, because no, that's not the link. But either way, I'll apply for that no excuse program and give it a shot in the near future for
Yeah,
sure.
man, definitely. Yeah, hop in there on Wednesday with us, with me and TJ. Chung usually shows up. He might be in there. He graduated no excuses. And then I was just talking to TJ today. I think what we're gonna do is start opening up. We'll do no excuses. Everybody that goes through no excuses can then towards like the second, third, or fourth week that they've been doing it, they can graduate into the SEAL team and start doing some foreclosure calls if they want to get good at talking to foreclosure folks. And then if they
Nice.
like that, TJ is getting into land heavily, so he's gonna open up some calls for like land calls. Like the more he learns and grows in that realm, and eventually we're gonna start doing buyer outreach, investor outreach calls. So building up a buyer's base, all from cold calling, right? So direct to seller cold calling, foreclosure cold calling, land cold calling, and then dispo cold
Nice.
calling. So we'll have 4 different like branches of, well, it'll be no excuses, gotta get good at the fundamentals, but then you can branch out to one of those other 3, depending on what path people want to take. And then from there, they can go and do like Chung and Graham and a bunch of others, and get into lead manager acquisitions, or they can get into dispo, or they can get into foreclosures. They can like start career pathing, what path they want to go down. I was just
Nice.
talking to PJ about that today. So yeah, I think we're gonna take a pulse on that this Wednesday. And then if people like it, we will start letting some of the vets that have been on the phones get into the SEAL team. And if they like that, great. If they don't, then they can see about one of the other roles.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Sounds like a really good program. You guys are actually just pointing them in a direction that they choose to be in. So that's really cool. I think you guys should definitely look into that. It definitely sounds interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'd love to have you, and do what we're doing here. Give feedback and get better.
Got it. All right, Shad. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you.
Absolutely, my pleasure, brother. Anytime. All right.
All right. So Jose sent a call. Let's see how he did.
Hello, Mr. Cyril. Who is it? This is Jose. How are you doing, sir? How can I help you, Jose?
Well, sir, I'm calling you about the property in Scottsdale, 66th Street. I believe
Yes.
we spoke before about this property.
Yes.
You told me you want to sell it, right?
For $1.3 million.
$1.3 million. Okay. Okay. Is there, I remember you told me that about the motivation. Can you remind me about it? Like, are you still living there?
I'm not motivated to sell it all. I'm only willing to sell if you give me a premium.
1.3, you said. Okay. Okay.
Right. I mean,
Actually, you're giving me a better price.
What's that?
Hey, you're giving me a better price than last time. You're already lowering 200,000 from the last
What
time.
I say, $1.5 million less than. Yeah, well, the house is probably worth 1.12. So give me 100,000 premium, so we'll probably be okay.
So if we can give you 1.1 in cash, would you consider it?
No, I would not take 1.1. I will not. I need a premium of what the house is worth.
Got you. No problem. Julian, we have ways to pay 1.3, but in exchange of terms. Is that something you have considered?
What kind of terms you offering?
Seller financing, like we can pay off the loan. We can bring the cash to pay off the loan, and then giving you some cash in your pocket, but you will finance part of your equity, or maybe like.
Yeah, how much? So how much? What kind of interest rate you paying?
Well, it depends. We have to figure terms out with you. I mean, so you are the bank basically on this transaction. So
I know how it works. I know.
How much has to be bring on cash to put the property free and clear?
Well, I can bring the property free and clear anytime.
Oh, really? Oh,
of course.
Right.
I can pay off the mortgage anytime.
You had 350 on the mortgage, right? I remember.
I got 350 on the mortgage, and I have $1.3 million in fidelity.
Gotcha.
So I
okay, so you are expecting 1 million of equity.
Let me think. Let me think. Let's see. If we sell the house for 1.3, give me what? Let's see, maybe 400,000 down, and then I carried 900,000, maybe 900,000 at 8%. You'd of course have to you'd have to provide me with financial statements, bank statements,
Gotcha.
a complete credit package before I'm going to give you any kind of a loan. Credit report. Sure. Are you the principal, or are you just one of the minions?
I mean, I'm the virtual assistant for the company. I mean, so
you're not the principal. So I need a credit report of whoever's signing the note, whoever signs the promissory note in the mortgage. I need a credit report on that person. I would need financial statements on the company, the standard stuff, tax returns, bank statements, all that stuff. 400,000 down and $1.3 million. What do you think? 8%?
Hey, okay. If we can give you more down, would you consider zero interest rate?
A zero interest rate?
That we give you more down. Again, like, what if we can give you?
How long is the note for?
Well, we have to figure that out. But I mean, let's say we can bring the. Hey, there's ways around this. This is creative financing. So
yeah, creative. Zero interest. That's really creative.
Yeah, it's. I mean, or a lower interest rate, not 8. I mean, like in a 4 or 3%, because we have to get a good deal too. I mean, the only way that you can be sure.
Okay, well, don't forget, I'm not interested in selling the house. I'm only selling the house. You got to make me an offer I can't refuse.
Gotcha.
That's the way I'm selling the house. I don't need to sell the house. It's a nice house, nice neighborhood. I like living here. You got to make me a good offer, a really good offer. That's the only way I'm. The trouble is, you people, you're in the business of trying to lowball people. I know what your business is.
Not really. You know what, Mr. Cyril, what do you think if we can give you a 50% down offer?
Okay, so you give me $650 in cash, and then I carry a $650 note. I can't carry a $650 note. If as for zero interest, maybe I carry the note for maybe 12 months, maybe. I couldn't carry the note. I'm not going to carry a zero interest note for very long.
Well, what we normally do in this case is for us to be able to recover money and being able to give you monthly payments too. For example, we can schedule for 10 years, okay, with a balloon on 5, something like that. But we are giving you half down. So we are bringing a lot of cash in so you can pay off the loan. You get a good lump sum down front, and then
I got to
we
carry a
give you
zero
monthly
interest rate,
payments.
a zero interest rate note for 5 years.
Yeah, something like that, or like a
Yeah.
3%. You know, like maybe okay, well, give us a 3% interest rate. Let's figure out a longer payment schedule and a balloon that works for both parties. You know, all of this is flexible, and we are just basically having a conversation about it. This is not an offer I'm making, but I'm just trying to say that if it makes sense even for us to run numbers.
That does not make sense for me.
Does it not make sense for you?
That does not make sense for me.
Why?
Not make sense for me. Because I can't. I'm not going to write a 5-year note at a low interest rate, at a below market interest rate. That doesn't make sense for me. Why would I do that?
Because what if in 1 or 2 years the interest rate goes down?
Yeah. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that. But
Nobody knows it, right?
Right. Nobody knows.
That's why we want to give you the price you want. Okay.
Right.
We are not negotiating your price. 1.3 it is, but give us the terms.
Okay.
And obviously,
so I'll give you the terms. Give me half down, and I can carry the note for 5 years at 7%.
wow, 7%. Can you do 3% interest rate?
No, I cannot do 3%.
It's only 5 years.
No, I cannot do 5%. I cannot do 3%. I can't do 3% interest rate.
Okay, or can you schedule for like 30 years or 20 years, but with a balloon on 5, so the monthly payments are lower enough?
He already hung up
To
there.
spread the loan on more time instead of dividing it in only 5 years.
Please cut it off.
Okay, so you stood another minute talking by yourself?
Yeah. The rest is only me.
Ay. We'll see.
It's embarrassing.
Okay, well, that's what we're here for, to give you feedback. So don't feel bad about it. All right.
Yeah. I mean,
What do you think? What are your thoughts?
well, this is a follow-up call. This seller said 1.5 in the first call, and in this one, he said 1.3 right off the gate. So, and I knew that he was open to seller financing, so that's why I went to, terms right off the gate also. Yeah, we were negotiating terms. At some point, he said 400K down, and I carry the rest for 8% rate. I don't know if I did it correctly there. So maybe, because I said, no, what if I give you more down, blah, blah. I tried to negotiate terms, and maybe I shouldn't went that way. But yeah, I think I managed it well, but I just lose rapport at the end with him. Like he was, no, it doesn't work for me, blah, blah, blah. And, I don't think he's extremely motivated or that he has an urgency to sell, but he's more in the gain motivation side. That's what I feel. It's not a pain motivation. That's what I'm,
Yep. No, I agree 100%. Yeah.
You think that, or that for sure?
Oh man, 90% sure. Because yeah, I would say 90% sure that he's on the gain motivation side. He has been trying to rent that property, I believe, and to sell it is like expired listing thing. But sounds like a for sale by owner almost, but it's not.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm kind of quite curious, Jose. Why did you follow up with him? What prompted you to follow up?
Actually, I was just doing my calls and it showed up. I mean, I wasn't planning to follow up because but I used a dialer, a 3-line dialer, and then he just showed up and oh man, I just tried to take it from where we left.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to follow up with that lead. We don't consider that as hot. But who knows? Maybe, yeah, he lowered down 200K, already. So
Yeah.
maybe the next time he lowered 200K
I
more.
mean, it isn't a great. I like the call. It was entertaining, but you actually wasted 8 minutes. Where you could have been on other calls. I mean, it was good practice for you on your negotiation skills. I liked it. One of the things you could have said was, we're giving you a price in exchange for price with like terms, and we're paying your interest up front by paying you 1.3, which you've already agreed that there's a premium on it. We're paying the interest on day one rather than you getting it spread out over 30 years. So you could have said something like that, because he didn't understand why you were saying low interest rate or zero interest rate. He left you off the planet when he mentioned that as if it was the most absurdest thing, you could bring up. But you said that's how it works. We're going to pay you the interest up front, and all on day one. So, so you could have done that. But if it was me, I guess it's because I'm old and the clock's ticking. I'm thinking I could be on a call with the more motivated seller. Remember, we'll never persuade anyone to sell the house. They must have decided ahead. Before we even call them, they must be ready to sell. And so our first goal is to find out if they really are serious about selling and if they need to sell rather than just want to sell. So let's, move on or try and knock them off their perch, as quickly as you can, and then move on to the next call. For what it's worth.
Thank you, Graham.
And when you're in the 1 million price range, do commercial instead of residential. You'll make way more money. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, this is like a special thing. We are like we run like geo leads on a specific area in Arizona.
Yeah.
That we are looking to buy single family, but I'm doing most of multifamilies. Targeting like
I got you.
apartment complexes and stuff like that.
When they're
Thank
in
you,
the
Graham.
million, and when they're in the $1 million range as well, it's hard to think of an exit strategy. When you're saying put 400 down, you can buy a laundrette for 400 alone. I'm trying to buy one now. And now you're putting 400 on a single family home. I mean, it sounds crazy. I mean, I don't know what an investor would do. Why an investor would do that? Cash on cash will be very bad. It will be a bad investment, I would think, unless it's got 10 rooms in and you're going to rent each room out for $1,200 or something like that. It's hard to make in cash flow.
Yeah, it was thought more like a fix and flip scenario to just go, flip the house and go on the market for a higher price. But yeah, I really appreciate the feedback you gave me about how to handle the interest rate or how to, that was very good. I mean, it's like, hey, I'm paying your interest rate down front, I like that. That would be a very good way to approach it. So thank you for
How
that.
would you pitch that, Jose? That was going to be my question to you, because you said, yeah, that's great a minute ago to Graham, but he didn't really elaborate much. So how would you pitch that? If you had to
How would I fix what?
If you had to redo that pitch about, we can do 1.3 million. That's what he wanted, right? You said, yeah, if I could do 1.3 million, if I get terms. He said, what terms?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and that part of the conversation, how would you do it differently this next time?
Yeah. Well, in the terms we want is in exchange of the price you want. So we are giving you the price you want. We want good terms for us to be able to buy the property. So we will pay, a lump sum down. We will be already paying the interest rate down front. So
what terms? That's what he asked you. He said, what terms? So I'll role play it with you. What terms?
yeah, well, we will pay your interest rate and a down payment.
What interest rate?
The price you want. Yeah, I don't know how to pitch it correctly.
1.3. I already said 1.3.
Yeah, you want 1.3, which is he used like what was the word he used? Premium.
Yeah.
Premium. I
Yeah,
like
I'll
that.
sell it if I get a premium. Yep. 1.3.
Yeah, we will give you your,
1.1. I'll sell it for 1.3.
okay. If you sell for 1.3, we will want to get good terms in exchange.
Okay. What
So
are the
you will be the bank. Yeah, as you know, you will be the bank, and so normally a bank asks only for 10 or 20% down. We might be able to give you more down in exchange of just no interest rate carry.
No, that's confusing there, Jose.
Yeah.
So yeah, you would do something like this. Okay, so you've admitted that it's a premium. We're paying above the market value. So how we see that is we're paying the interest up front. So can we agree that if we pay you 1.3, we've already paid you the interest, so we want principal payments only.
Okay. Oh,
That's
I like
how I
that.
would do it,
Principal
yes,
payments
because
only.
we've already paid you the interest on day one. Okay, where you've agreed that we're paying a premium, we're willing to do that if you give us principal payments only until it's paid off.
Gotcha. I like that.
Don't mention
Principal
interest rates because you're going to argue about all sorts of numbers, and that's what happened on that call. Just use the
Mhm.
word principal payments only because we pay the
Gotcha.
interest on day one.
I like it. Principal payments only. Okay. And you know what? I was curious also hearing the call again. He said, well, I can do no interest rate for 12 months. And I picked up hearing the call, and I don't know if I might, if that's a good thing. If you were to fix and flip the house and the seller is giving you no interest rate for 1 year, if you can flip the house in 2 or 3 months and put it on the market, isn't that a good deal? Because maybe you can turn off the house and turn
Well, the
flip and
best when you're flipping a house, the best thing is no payments until you completed the house. But most lenders won't do that. They say, well, you can make interest payments only, usually with fix and flips, and then pay us when you sell a house. So
okay.
so principal payments only really is for long term. It's buy and hold usually. So.
Okay.
And if you ever get principal payments only, it's the easiest note to sell. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So, but I understood what you said, Graham, more like an ovation. Like if we were to fix and flip the house and pay him when we sell, isn't that an ovation?
It depends. You can do it in novation, or you can have a warranty deed transfer. You can buy it off him, or you could do an ovation. Yeah, those are two different ways of buying the property.
All right. Okay. I get it. Get the difference. Good stuff. Thank you. Really helps me.
Jose,
Right.
I'd ask a lot of questions if you're unclear about things, and those are very advanced topics, that you're talking to the guy about on a 1.3 million dollar house. So I would ask a lot of questions and try to figure out good stuff. Bringing that call, and great job. You've never been scared to have those conversations with folks, so kudos on that. Why is he
Thank you.
selling the house, Jose?
I'm not sure. That's why I tried to gather the motivation right off the gate. Let me
No
check
problem.
on.
If I buy the house for 1.3 million, where is he moving?
Seems like he wants to downsize. Now I remember. He wants to downsize from that house.
Okay,
But
that's
seems
great.
like he has other properties already. He has where to move.
Where?
Arizona or something else in Arizona. I'm just opening up the first note of the first call we had. because there is where he said
Yeah,
the
you gotta know that
motivation.
stuff. I mean, you remember this guy and you pulled him up, and this call was recent, right?
Yeah, this was today.
How many other properties in Arizona?
No, I didn't ask that.
How
No.
did he get those other properties? Like, what does he do with them? How did he get them?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I
Why
should
doesn't
build
he-
more rapport.
Why doesn't he? No, I'm proving a point to you. I've had this conversation with you, so I'm just going to drive this point home. And it's recorded. You can go watch this again and go watch some of the
Gotcha.
feedback. If you want to get deals, bro, you got to listen to the feedback. Okay.
Sure.
Why didn't he just list it with a realtor? Or has he
Yeah,
tried
he
to
did.
list it with a realtor?
He did, but it expired.
Oh, okay. And what was the cause of it? Like, what happened? Bad realtor or bad situation? Bad overpriced? Like, what was? Why didn't it sell? What was he looking for that he couldn't get on the market?
Overpriced. It was overpriced.
What did
He
he look
tried
for?
to rent it.
Uh-huh.
The history on the listing when I went in Zillow, I saw
Yeah.
that it was listed on 2021. It didn't
Yeah.
sell. Then he tried to rent the property
Forget
for
about
a lot
Zillow.
of time.
Did you talk to him about these things?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have to
Bro,
listen
yeah.
to the first
You
call.
maybe you didn't. I don't think you
I
did.
didn't.
I think you got too excited about the 1.3. So you guys jumped straight into the numbers, right? So
Yeah.
here's the thing. You called him, Jose Blanco called this guy and said, "Hey, Mr. Seller, can I borrow $1.3 million from you?" And he said, "I don't know who the hell you are. You sound like you have an accent, which makes me wonder if you're even from around here. I don't trust you. I don't know you like that. Hell no, I'm not going to give you $1.3 million. Why would I do that?" Now, how do I know that he doesn't trust you with the $1.3 million? Something that he said in the call.
Are you the when he said if I am the like the
Are you the
marionette,
principal
something like
or just one of the cronies?
that.
Or
Yeah.
something like that. A minion. He's a minion. Are you one of the
Minion.
principals?
Yeah.
It's a minion. And you should have said, "Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that movie, but no, I'm not a minion. I'm not yellow, and I don't have goggles on. I'm crew."
That would be great. That
And
would be
all
a great
jokes
answer.
aside, you're asking this guy for $1.3 million and you don't know anything about him. He doesn't know anything about you. He asked you for financials. Said, "I want to make sure that your company's legit. I want to see the financials. I want to make sure you can pay it, all that." But even aside from that, right? He still wouldn't sell it to you. Why? Because you don't know anything about him. He doesn't know anything about you. And you haven't established why is he even selling? He's living in that house, right? So
Yeah,
he wants
I believe so.
he wants to downsize. Okay, well, what happens if he doesn't sell? Is he just going to live there? How long will he live there? Where does he see the market going? How many other properties does he have? How long would it take to get one of those lined up or for him to move and this and that? Does he need help moving? Does he have kids? Look, bro, you don't know anything about him. Like your own family members and nobody in this room would lend you $1.3 million or even $130,000 for that matter. So why would this perfect stranger that you met all of 8 minutes total give you $1.3 million? You don't know anything about him. You don't even know if it's a good situation to be pitching in that amount of time, bro. Until you can answer all these questions, I guarantee you won't get creative deals. You won't.
Gotcha.
In fact, you won't get any kind of deals. If you guys, this is for YouTube University and for Facebook and for all the social media out there. If you can't answer all of these questions about your seller, you have no business talking numbers and giving them an offer. The number one objective is try to figure out what is their problem and then what is the solution you're bringing to their problem. Because if you're not solving a problem for them and you're not clear about what it is that you're solving or why they should do business with you, then they shouldn't be doing business with you. It's really that simple. That's what it really boils down to, guys. It's not mystery, it's science. You have to check off all the boxes and earn the right to be able to put an offer out there and have them seriously consider it. But that offer has to have a deliberate purpose behind it. It can't just be like, well, let me just take a whack at it and see what happens. I'll tell you what'll happen. They're going to be like, no, and then they're gonna hang up on you, like he did.
Yeah.
That's where the disconnect was. Just so you know.
Thank you. It is. I just shared the first call with this seller is about the same length, but I don't know if you want to hear it so we can paint the picture with the first call.
Or do you guys have another call to play, Diana, or you guys want to hear the first call so we can see?
No, we can hear the first call.
Yeah, send the first call. Let's listen to the first call, Jose. That'd be good. Let's put some context to it. And then you
Gotcha.
listen
Yep.
for those and see, like, how well are you getting to know this guy?
Mhm.
So that
Hey,
that
it's
way.
in the chat.
Yeah, it's in the chat. It's the last one.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Shad, I interrupted you. You were saying.
No, let's go ahead and listen to this and see, like, how of those questions we said, right? The past, present, future. How did he get here in this house? What has him thinking about selling? What's the perfect picture? What's going to happen next? What are all the options that he checked? Like all these different things. Let's see how many of these we can answer, because we have to be able to answer all these. We have to pretty much know these people like they're our family by the time we're offering them something, like an offer. Otherwise, like, they're not going to take it seriously. They're just going to be like, "Oh, this guy barely knows me. It's just numbers. He doesn't know anything about me, and he's just trying to get in my pocketbook, or it's a scam."
All right, let me play.
Hello. Julian?
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, Julian, this is Jose. I'm calling in regards to a property in Scottsdale
Yes.
in 66th Street, and we are looking to purchase properties in this area. So have you considered possibly selling the property?
Yeah, $1.5 million, you can have it.
$1.5 million. Okay. Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about the property so we can make an
Sure.
educated offer?
It's 50 square feet, a third of an acre. House is probably worth 1.2. So give me 20% premium, you can have it.
Okay. Okay. May I ask you, what have you thinking about selling this property, sir? This nice property. I mean,
Oh, I'm not inside. The price is right. Everything I own is for sale if the price is right. You can buy my car, anything you want, my wardrobe, everything's for sale. The price, my shoes,
okay.
my shoes was at the right price.
Okay. Okay. The only thing I won't sell is my wife. Come on. I get you. So I see pictures on Zillow of this property. Was this listed recently?
No, I've never. The house is not listed. Like I said, it's not. I would
So
always
these
sell.
pictures, how long since you bought the property then?
7 years ago.
7 years. So probably these pictures are from 7 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the property is pretty much the same
The property's
on this picture?
it's in good condition. The property's in great condition. It's a nice house.
Yeah, it's in great condition.
It's a nice house in Kierland.
Awesome. Okay. So what's the plan? If you sell this property, I mean, are you living there, right?
Yeah.
So what's next? Are you looking to downsize or to relocate? Something like that?
No, I probably just buy another house.
You would buy another house if you sell this. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
May I ask you, sir, is there any mortgage on this property or you have it free and clear?
No, I owe about $350 on it.
You owe $350. Okay. Okay. Sounds fair. So you will net around 1.1 if you sell this, right?
Yeah, but I'm not selling. I wouldn't sell for 1.1. Like I said, I want a 20% premium over that.
Yeah, but after paying off the mortgage, you will end up with like 1.1, 1 million, something like that, right?
Oh yeah,
After
correct.
covering-
Yes, correct. Yes, correct.
If you go on like, so have you considered like listing it on the market?
No, it's like I'm happy in
Okay.
the house. I would only sell if someone gives me a really good offer.
Okay. Well, the good thing on working with us is that we won't charge you any fee or any closing costs. We cover everything. We just bought the property really near. I don't know if you have heard of Tarek Almosa. He's the investor I'm working with. Okay, so if you want, Google it so you can see we are legit. And yeah, I mean, we would love to make an offer on this. Do you have an email address where we can send you a letter of intention for the property?
Sure, it's jcyril3000 @yahoo.com.
J Cyril 3000. I think I have it here. Cyril with 2 L's at the end, right?
Correct.
And your
Correct.
last name. Okay. Cool. I think I have it. So what would be a good timeline for you if you like the number we gave you? What would be a good timeline for you to close the deal?
Well, I think about that because I have to find a place to live.
That's why I'm asking. You know,
Yeah.
do you think in 1 or 2 months will be enough, or you will need a little more time?
No, that's fine. That's fine. 1 or 2 months stop you.
1 or 2 months. Okay. Sounds fair, Julian. Just before we go, is there any other reason, like, for you to sell the property, or
No.
it's just price?
No, just the price. I would only sell it if I can get a good offer.
Okay. So with that being said, Julian, if we can get up to the price you want, would you be open to talk about terms?
What kind of terms you want?
For example, as you have a mortgage of $350, maybe, I don't know yet, I have to talk with the underwriter, but maybe we could take over the payments on that mortgage, okay? And we can give you the rest, right? Either if you want the rest on cash, or if you want the rest also on terms, like we can do an owner financing on your equity and a subject to in the current mortgage. So that's terms. So I'm just trying to see if you are open to that, so that way we can present you more options, you know?
Well, there's already a first on there. Would I have to carry a second?
Yeah, but not mandatory. We can do a subject to on the existing mortgage, okay? And we just take over those payments, okay? So, but you transfer the deed on the property, we give you cash for keys, or either you establish a second note on your equity, and we give you a down payment on that second note, and then we give you monthly payments towards your equity.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I would need a good sized down payment for that because I don't know you guys. I'd have to see financial statements for you guys. Fun to carry a mortgage, I'd need a lot of more information. Well, I guess if you send me what kind of interest would you be willing to pay in a second?
Yeah, for sure. But let me ask you, what would be a good down payment for you then? What would you consider a good down payment if you were to carry the note on your equity?
That'd be 30%.
30%, you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds reasonable.
But it would depend on your financial statements and what kind of assets you have, and I want a personal guarantee from the investor, and I want to see what assets he has, what kind of cash flow. I mean, that's going to be a complicated situation. You can email me whatever you want.
For sure.
I'll review it all.
That sounds great, Julian. And just let me ask, what in the current mortgage, what is the interest rate and the monthly payments on that mortgage?
The interest rate is 5%, and the mortgage it's like $2,800 a month, including everything: the taxes, the insurance, the mortgage, everything out the door.
Okay, the PATI is 2,800. You say?
Right.
2,800. Okay. Do you know how much are the rents going for in that area at the moment?
Oh, the rents. Yeah, the rents in the neighborhood probably are 5,000, 5,500.
55. Okay. Sounds accurate. Silo says 5,100, but yeah, it's pretty close.
Yes, right. So that's about.
And the estimate on Silo, just for you to know what the Silo's estimate says, is 1.1. So that's why the only way we pay, we overpay properties is on terms. So that's good that you are open to terms, but we are still gonna make you a cash offer, okay, where you can pay off the balance, or we are gonna make you also a creative offer, okay?
Okay.
So
looking at everything, send me.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much, Julian. So nice to meet you, and yeah, we will keep in touch. Please Google Tarek Almosa and TEM Capital so you can see who we are, okay?
All right, great. Yeah. Bye. Okay.
Thanks, sir. Bye now.
Yep.
All right. I think that call was better than the second. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, usually the second call goes better than the first call because you get more info, you build more rapport. But what did you think of that call? And what feedback do you guys have on that? That was the cold call that we listened to. This one,
Exactly.
right?
Mhm.
Can you turn off the
Yeah.
light?
I think the main overriding thing here, Jose, is getting to the heart of the matter. I mean, he was hiding, and it was also amusing. You know, they sell you his shoes, you know, and you weren't calling to buy his shoes, right? I mean, you calling to buy a house, and so the important thing, you know, what I'm famous for, right? Pulling threads. You got to pull those threads and get deeper into what the issue is. Yeah, you asked all the questions. Well, not treating this like a cold call, because you really do have to get to any other reason apart from money why he's selling his house. So you need to phrase something like that. Find out, you know, is it just money that he's selling his house? Because if it is, he's never going to sell, right? I hadn't even listed it with a realtor. I'm glad you found that out. So he's not really serious about selling. I mean, I'd sell my condo, well, you know, for 500,000. I would. I mean, I'd sell it and walk out today. I mean, it's worth half that, you know. So, you know, I mean, he was asking 1.5, and it's, I don't know. Did you pull it up on Zillow? What does Zillow say? Jose? Well, what's the house actually worth? Did we lose Jose?
Jose, you're muted. If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Oh,
We can hear you, Graham, and that was to Jose.
oh, right. Okay.
For some reason, I can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear me, but I cannot hear you guys. I'm trying to connect
Oh.
with the phone.
Can
Let
you
me
hear
put
me
it-
now, Jose? All right. Okay. Can't hear us.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Sorry. I don't know what
Okay.
happened.
Graham, you wanna pull it again real quick?
Yeah, real quick. I'll try and say it quicker. Really, the biggest thing on this call, Jose, is getting to the heart of the matter. A seller will defend, right? They're only surface level, and it's vitally important if we get the impression that it's just about money, that we get to the true motivation, if there is a motivation. And the purpose of that is it'll shorten the call and not waste your time. So don't be frightened of the direct question. So when he said, you know, I'll sell it for the right price, 1.5 million, he'll even sell my shoes, right? he's messing around. And then you find that he hasn't even listed it. So you want to attack the motivation and find out if he really is serious about selling, because he's not. I mean, from what I could see, you know, I don't think he was serious about selling. And then you just save yourself a bunch of time and get on another call. Our whole job is to find people who want to, well, need to sell their house, quite frankly. They're ready to sell a house. They've decided before you call to sell their house, right? So it sounded to me like he hadn't even decided to sell. And because you called, he said, yeah, I'll sell it for 1.5. But how much is that house really worth?
$1.12.
That's what Zillow says, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So
And he said it
1.
on the second call.
Right, okay, very good. Okay. So, you know, I might be even more direct if I might say to him, it looks like Zillow's saying the neighborhood range is such and such, and you give them the range, and you say, okay, I can understand you wanting a monetary gain, you know, and there's ways we can do that. But is there any other reason why you need to sell this property?
Mhm.
or is it just money?
Yeah, I did ask that, and he said no, only the right price. And he said that he will buy another property. He will need a place to move. But I don't know if it was all bullshit. You know, he
Right.
sounds like a for sale by owner. Like I
Yeah.
have talked with a lot of for sale by owners, and this guy sounded like one of those. And I know how a motivated seller sounds because I have other really hot leads. This is not a hot lead, but I bring it here because I was, figuring out maybe I could do something better to open up, because there's something there. I feel there's something there. If he wouldn't like to sell it, he wouldn't say the price right off the gate. A lot of people should be calling him every day about that property.
Yeah.
There's
And you're right, everybody's going to sell a property eventually, but take a leaf out of RJ Bates' book, as it were. Would he sign a contract today? And the answer is probably no, right?
Yeah.
So,
If you give me the right price.
yeah, and we're
I
not
love
going to
that
do
idea.
that, right? I mean, it's not a deal, right? Why would we do that? So try and cut the call short, because then get on a call with somebody who's ready to sell a property today or sign a contract today. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Thank you, Graham. Great feedback. Anyone else?
All right, awesome. No, I feel like on both calls, you picked up on a lot of the stuff that we've spoke about before. I think on the previous call, I did want to mention that your terms setup was good. I just feel like after that, you got too deep into the numbers, right? So we need to know if they're ready to hear some numbers, right? If they're ready to make a decision, just like Graham just pointed out, right? If they're not ready to sell now, then why even give out a number, And then on the first call, I did like how you asked him, like, what's the down payment that works for you, right? That's like something that we teach when it comes to pricing. So what price for the right price? Okay, so what's the right price for you, right? So you are on the right track in certain areas. Of course, there's a lot of improvement that needs to be done when it comes to carrying the conversation forward. But I think you're making the right steps, small steps, right? Baby steps. The things that you need to work on, just like Sean mentioned, if you want to go back, to the recording and actually break down the feedback that was given to you so you can work on them individually, like one at a time, I think that's going to make a big difference in your calls, right? Because it's not just us telling you, here's what to fix. It's you breaking it down and working on it one by one that's going to make the difference. So I would highly suggest you to do that. I think you're on the Facebook group. Yes. So it's going to be there or on YouTube. So yeah, but I think, it's a great improvement from before for sure. So.
Thank you, Dana. I really appreciate the feedback as always. It helps me a lot.
Yep. No
I
problem.
will. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Anybody else want to add something?
No, you guys gave great feedback. I would say the same things plus the feedback I gave you earlier. I was like,
Thank you, Chad. Appreciate it.
All right, awesome. I'm not sure if we have time for another call, unless it's like a DNC or something like that. But we could definitely end up a few minutes early. I'm gonna put the link on the Facebook group, which you all here already are part of. But don't forget to invite other people as well. I think, is it this week, Shad, that gonna have Alondra as guest, or next week?
next week, what was it, 11th, June 11th,
Oh, okay.
bankruptcy attorney.
Yeah, so on the Facebook group, we post the guest speakers for the week or for the upcoming, month that we're gonna have. So be sure to engage with the content, right? Share it, like, comment, and bring other people to the Zoom as well that you might think that can benefit the information. So yeah, tomorrow you have Alondra, on Wednesday you have Nahid, and then Thursdays you have Cody and Graham with role plays. So feel free to join in every night. But yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all for coming up.
Good night, everyone.
All right.
Yes.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Bye.